I needed more looking after than my brothers and sisters, being the smallest, which of course I was. And I liked that. Soon, Bethan was taking me off to all her favourite places on the farm. Sometimes even into the farmhouse where she lived with Tad, where she knew, and where I soon discovered, that dogs weren't allowed. Tad kept telling her again and again that farm dogs belonged out in the barn or on the farm. Bethan told him straight, "If I can't bring Cobweb inside, Tad, then I'll go and live with him in the barn. Honest, I will." And she meant it too. I could tell. Tad could tell too, so he gave in. He usually gave in. She had a way with him. After that, Bethan took me in and out of the farmhouse all she liked. Snug it was in there, on her bed, and warm and lovely. But for a while, I still slept at nights with my mother and in amongst all my wriggling brothers and sisters in our corner of the barn. That was snug enough too, and smelly. I was happy with smelly. I'm a dog, remember? So, I had the best of both worlds, barn and farmhouse. I was a happy little dog wherever I was, but I was always happiest with Bethan. Bethan and I, we always understood each other somehow, right from the start. I often knew what she was thinking before she said it, and she always knew what I was thinking before I barked it. I soon discovered that Bethan had a favourite place she loved to be. Treasure Island. "I'll take you there one day. There's no treasure," she told me. "It's just an old story, an old fairy tale about some treasure chest buried on the island somewhere, full of gold coins from the wreck of a Spanish galleon. That's what Mammy used to tell us." Bethan told me her joys, and in time, her sadnesses too. One day, she told me of the greatest sadness inside her. I hadn't known the reason, but I had sensed it was in her long before she told me of it. Mammy's dead, you know. I miss her every day. And I miss Dylan too. My big brother he was. Best brother anyone could have. And Mammy was the best Mammy too. Tad misses them both, every day, every night like I do. I've never spoken about them out loud to him, nor to anyone else. Only to you. Tad doesn't like me to speak their names. He doesn't want to remember them as they were. But I do. Mammy used to tell Dylan and me lots of stories, but her story about the treasure chest hidden away on Treasure Island was my favourite. It was Dylan's favourite too. He always said he was going to find the treasure one day and dig it up, and then we wouldn't have to be poor anymore. Do you know what else Mammy told us, Cobweb? Mammy always said if you believe hard enough in a story, then it will come true. It's not true, I know that. But I can hope, can't I, Cobweb? I hope every day that Mammy will come back. But she hasn't, and she won't. And nor has Dylan. Doesn't stop me hoping. It happened when I was little. They went out to pick up the lobster pots in the boat one day. 5 years, 3 months, and 2 weeks ago it was. And they just didn't come back. On the next tide, I'm always hoping, always telling myself, they'll come back on the next tide. But they never do. Of course they don't. And I know they never will. Oh, wouldn't it be grand if all we hoped for came true? When Tad's deep in his sadness, Cobweb, he goes on and on about how poor we are, about how now that Dylan's gone and Mammy is gone, we have to do all the work on the farm and in the house on our own now. We did have Barry to help for a while from the village, but he wasn't much use, and paying him wasn't worth it, Tad said. And Barry kept telling me it was too much like hard work on the farm, grumbling all the time he was. And I didn't like Barry about the place anyway. He shouted at my sheep and frightened them silly. So if I'm honest, I'm glad he didn't stay.